Okay guys, this test and review on the CVLife 4-power compact scope was over 1 year in the making. Don't worry however, because the video isn't anywhere near that long. So stay tuned, watch this, and watch to the end because there's a very important earth-shattering update. A while back, the scope I had on this rifle, which was very, very old by the way, uh, just stopped working. It was so dim and dark that you'd look through it, on a bright sunny day, and it looked like a late evening. And I don't use this rifle a whole lot, but I wanted to put a new scope on it. I didn't want a scope that was going to overpower the rifle. Most scopes are quite a bit larger than this, and if you want to go with a variable, sometimes they can be pretty expensive. And I wanted to keep it kind of working man's class, I guess you would say, kind of a budget situation. So I started looking around for, I don't want to say economy, but just very simple, basic scopes with not a lot of frills in them. Nowadays there's so many electronics and stuff in scopes that you can not only spend a lot of money, but you can waste a lot of money, but with features you don't need. I was just looking for something bare bones, basic, that worked. I saw a really great price on this scope company on Amazon that I had never heard of before. The price point on the scope was low enough to where I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. Let's give it a try. The company is called CVLife. They have a very wonderful webpage as well. Bought the scope off of Amazon. Got it about a week later. Discovered that because of the compactness of this scope, I couldn't get my old Weaver style base to mate up with the amount of adjustment that was available on this scope. There was only 2 notches in the Weaver base, and they just weren't in the right spot. So I had to also order a Picatinny rail to replace it, the old base, that is. And I mounted that up, got everything all shored up and ready to go, and we're going to take a closer look at the scope and the mount here pretty quick. We're dealing with a scope that's about, 6 inches long, and it's got the turret in the middle and the front bell and the rear bell. The distance between the rear bell and the turret on the back is shorter, so that is going to determine how much room you have to move the scope back and forth. That's your limiting factor on this, and that's going to be the same with any compact scope. So I got the scope mounted and adjusted to where it was comfortable. If I had to do it again though, I would have gone with an extended Picatinny rail. That's just hindsight on my part, but it worked out fine. But if I were you, if you were going to do this, I would go with an extended Picatinny rail if you already didn't have one on your rifle. Okay, the scope is very simple. It's got windage and elevation adjustments, as well as the focusing collar. It's a straight 4-power, 32mm objective diameter, which is pretty standard on a scope this size. It comes with rings. Now, it comes with see-through. I'm not going to point the rifle at you. It comes with see-through rings. Now, that's pretty standard as well. Can you see through there? Can you see through there? Hello. I'm not really big on see-through rings. I understand why they put them on in the package, because you want the scope system to be as versatile as you can make it, obviously, to have greater appeal. I've never been really big on them because to me, they place the scope too high on the rifle. Now, if you couple that with the fact that the Picatinny rail actually interferes with the rear sight, it's just kind of a wash. You've got scope rings that let you see the sights, but because of the Picatinny rail, you can't see the sights. So that's kind of a done deal. I don't care about that because I'm a pick your poison kind of guy. I would rather have a rifle with open sights or a rifle with a scope, and try not to bounce back and forth. Anyway, we're going to take a little bit closer look at this scope here in a second, but I got to go let my dog in the house because he's being a pain in the butt. Okay, I'm if there's any perspective change from the last clip, I apologize. My digital camera battery died in the middle of me blabbing, and I didn't see it, so I have to start over using the phone. The turret's covers remove, thread, just like any other scope out there, and we're just going to take those off. It's going to take a while because there's lots and lots of threads. Actually, there's only one thread, but they're deep. Okay. Turret knobs are adjustable. The little keyway thing, I don't know the technical term, is very high, and you don't need a screwdriver or anything to turn them. You just click them. The clicks are 1/4 inch. Each click is 1/4 inch at 100 yards, which is pretty nice because I still have scopes that are 1/2 inch at 100 yards. So I was pretty happy about that. Sometimes it'll say inside the cap, but it's actually printed right on the turret itself. And they thread on there nice and securely. There's enough thread coverage on there where those aren't going to come off if you don't tighten them down enough. Now, I don't know if you will be able to see. I really don't know if this is going to work. We're going to go try, though. It's a standard. No, you can't. That's not going to work. I'll try to take a picture of the inside and then post it. That was a stupid thing to do. I don't know why I did it. Anyway, it's kind of a standard 4-plex reticle in there, but it's got little hash mark dots on there. It's hard to describe. I'll try to take a picture of it and show it to you, but it's pretty much a standard 4-plex like you would expect on most every like non-sniper special ops type scope. So we've got it mounted. Easy to mount. This is not a tutorial, but I figure most of you guys can figure this out if you've never done it before. It's pretty easy. Maybe I'll do a tutorial if you want me to. We're going to take this out. We're going to have to bore sight it the old-fashioned way, which is fine. We're going to wait for the weather to clear up just a little bit, though. Then we're going to go out, set this up, and get it zeroed in, and see if this thing will hold a group. We're going to do our sighting in and our shooting at 25 yards. This is about the only way I can verify to you guys that I'm not making this up. Okay, here's the target. The two bottom diamonds, those are my sight-in targets for adjusting windage and elevation. I'm going to be shooting at the top 2 diamonds for the demonstration, and then perhaps the middle one. We'll see how it goes. It's actually shooting quite nicely. Our range is set up at 25 yards, and that's pretty much what I shoot all my 22s at. They're sighted in for 25 yards. I rarely shoot any further than that. So I'm usually shooting up into a tree at a squirrel or something, or a porcupine. So here is our shooting bench. We're just going to set this down here. I'm going to leave it on like 4 power magnification, and just see, maybe, just maybe, we can see those bullets hit. Maybe. No promises. Maybe I can find something in the truck that I can shoot to let you guys know that I'm hitting targets. Maybe something I can prop up on top of that makeshift target board. Gosh darn it, my target board, my actual one, broke this morning. So I'm just using a piece of old, I guess that's T111, propped up behind an old log. But here we go. No guts, no glory. All right, let's go take a look. Isn't this fun? Now, pretty darn close. I might try to adjust those sights here just a little bit. Where'd it go? There we are, right there. Right about it. Oh, half an inch low and just a sheer little bit to the right. I'm going to try to move that back up, but for this demonstration, that's close enough. You can also see that I'm shooting less than a half-inch group, or about a half-inch group at 25 yards with this particular ammo. That's not too shabby. Well, there you have it. The 4 power x 32 compact 22 rifle scope by CVLife, available on Amazon. I thought it did a pretty dang good little job. Would I do this again? Absolutely. What would I do different? I would buy the extended rail, Picatinny rail, just to be on the safe side. They were about the same price. I don't know why I didn't buy it. That's just me in a nutshell. I would do it again. It's not worth me doing it, though. It really isn't. But it would have, in hindsight, hindsight's 20/20. That's the only change I would make. Held the groups really well. Functioned great. More than adequate brightness. Scope technology is not new technology. It's really old technology now. So it's not rocket science for a company to design a scope and have it come out right. This is not a high-tech scope. This is a bare bones 4-power scope. That's it. No bells, whistles, nothing. And that's fine. That's what I wanted. I'm going to be using this more and more, I think, because this is a nice compact little rifle. It's much easier to tote through the woods than the rifle I have been carrying, which I love. But I like this rifle a lot too. And now with finally a scope on it that I can see through, I am going to be carrying this rifle more and more out in the woods. So there you have it, the CVLife 4x32 22 long rifle scope, available on Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you are to go to the bottom of this video, underneath in the description area, if you just scroll down, beneath where I am talking right now, in the like, subscribe area, just above where you put comments, you will see a link to Amazon. If you click on that link, it will take you directly to this scope. If you decide to buy it, I will get a small commission paid to me from Amazon. Doesn't cost you a thing, doesn't add anything to your cost. What that will do is it will let me stay on my land, it'll help me feed my dogs, it'll help me buy more equipment to make my life easier so that I can test and review, and just let me make more fun videos for you as well. So if you would do that, I would very, very much appreciate it. I hope you found this video interesting, entertaining, informative, helped you make a choice, and I would really appreciate if you'd like this video. Please subscribe. I got a lot more stuff coming in on a lot of different topics, everything from chainsaws to rafts to got a whole mix of stuff coming up there. I just need the time to put it all together. But anyway, there you have it, the CVLife 4x32 22 long rifle scope. Check it out on Amazon below this video. Just click on that link, check it out, and give it a try. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, in the video I made mention that it probably would have been a good idea to go with an extended rail on the 1022, and after using this in the field a bit, that's really important. You possibly could go with offset rings. Now I'm kind of short and broad and squat, so if you have a different body style, longer arms and stuff, this might work out well for you this way. But for me, I'm really going to need to go to an extended rail. It's one thing shooting off a bench, because you can kind of adjust things and haggle stuff, but when you're out in the field and you're having to hunt back and forth and choke up on the rifle or whatever to get that eye relief right, that's just not the way to go. So I am going to have to switch over to an extended rail, which means I'm going to have to take the scope off and start from scratch. That's no big deal, but it is really important. So that's something you might want to consider if you have my kind of body style. Now I'm only speaking about the 1022. I don't know how other rifles would adapt to just this basic system. That's something you're going to have to find out for yourself, but it's something you might want to take into consideration. Just because the scope is so nice and compact, it does limit you in how much adjustment back and forth you can get in combination with your Picatinny rail. And that's all I got to say on that. I am going to be switching this out. It's been a little over a year, and it does really need to be done because you don't always have time in the field to make that shot, not like at a bench. So anyway, that's all I got. Click on that link down below this video, down in the description area. Click on that link and go check it out. I really appreciate you watching the video. We will see you on the next one.